There are places on Earth that seem almost too extraordinary to be real. Places carved by time, painted by nature, and whispered about in legends. From fiery craters that burn beneath the stars, to ancient cities lost in the dust of history, to crimson beaches that bloom without sand. This world hides wonders that defy reason and ignite the imagination. So pack your curiosity, because what you're about to see will challenge everything you thought you knew about our planet. Whether it's the highest sky corridor waterfall in the world, suspended in the clouds of China, or a burning crater in Turkmenistan known as the door to hell, these destinations are the kind of places you'd think were CGI if they weren't filmed. When it comes to larger-than-life sightseeing, few places can compete with the surreal majesty of Guangdong's highest sky corridor waterfall walkway in China. This is not your average observation deck. It's a stunning fusion of architecture, engineering, and pure spectacle suspended above the breathtaking Huangteng Gorge in Poyang. Nicknamed the Big Rackets by visitors, and for good reason, the structure is shaped like two giant tennis rackets crossing over a mountain range. It's instantly recognizable, bold, and unforgettable. But what truly sets it apart is its scale. The sky corridor is built to a dizzying height, comparable to a 166-story building. That's taller than most skyscrapers in the world, and this massive marvel didn't come cheap. It cost around 268 million yuan, which is roughly 40 million US dollars. But every penny of that went into making this place feel like a high-tech dream in the clouds. And yes, it delivers. The outermost circular walkway is outfitted with 450 water nozzles and over 2,000 electric lights that react in real time to the music being played. At night, the entire structure lights up in a synchronized dance of color and water, creating an almost futuristic ambiance as water cascades down the corridor edges, glowing with LED reflections. And just when you think it can't get more dramatic, wait until you walk on it. The floor of the walkway is made from glass, see-through, spine-tingling glass. But this isn't just any glass, it's equipped with special effects designed to heighten your senses. As you walk across, you'll hear the sound of glass cracking beneath your feet. Even more terrifying, you might see realistic-looking cracks appear right below you, but don't panic. It's all part of the illusion. These are engineered effects designed to give visitors a thrilling rush without any actual danger. Still, it's not for the faint of heart. That moment when you glance down and think, did the floor just break under me? That's the kind of experience that sticks with you. Whether you're an architecture buff, a thrill seeker, or just someone who loves pushing the limits of what travel can offer, Guangdong's Sky Corridor Waterfall is a destination that will blow your mind. It's Earth, but it feels like another planet. Welcome to the famous underwater waterfall illusion, located just off the coast of Le Morne-Brabant in the island nation of Mauritius. At first glance, it seems like the island is being sucked into the ocean, disappearing into a vast underwater chasm. But take a closer look, and you'll find that this is one of nature's most breathtaking optical illusions. There's no actual waterfall beneath the ocean. What you're seeing is the result of underwater currents moving sand and silt combined with the dramatic depth changes in the ocean floor. From above, this interaction creates the illusion of a cascade plunging into the sea. It's all about perspective, and when seen from a bird's eye view, it's absolutely surreal. Standing on the shore, you can spot the shifting sands near the edge of the drop-off, but for the full effect, you'll need to hop aboard a seaplane or helicopter. Only from the sky can you truly appreciate how convincing and magical this illusion is. It's like watching Earth pull a trick on your eyes, one that leaves you breathless. Most people have heard of Niagara Falls, and many believe it's the tallest waterfall in the world. While that's not technically true, it ranks second. It is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful, iconic, and romantic natural wonders on the planet. Located on the border between Ontario, Canada and New York, USA, Niagara Falls pours out an astonishing 3,160 tons of water per second. That's more than 700,000 gallons cascading down at speeds of up to 100 miles per hour. It's the kind of force you can feel in your chest as you stand nearby. As for how it was formed, that's a story going back over 12,000 years, likely beginning during the last ice age. As glaciers retreated, they carved massive cracks and channels across the land. Water from Lake Erie surged through these new pathways, eventually creating the falls we see today. Though the science is still debated, the result is universally agreed upon. Niagara Falls is one of nature's finest achievements. And it's not just one waterfall, it's three. There's the Bridal Veil Falls, delicate and narrow, the American Falls, dramatic and thunderous, and the Crown Jewel Horseshoe Falls, shaped like its name and the most powerful of the trio. Naturally, such a place has drawn daredevils for centuries. Whether you're seeking a thrill, planning a romantic getaway, or simply wanting to stand in awe of nature's raw power, Niagara Falls delivers an unforgettable experience. At first glance, the Ruyi Bridge looks like something rendered for a futuristic video game or a scene from a high-budget fantasy film. Its twisted, ribbon-like shape seems too surreal to exist, but believe it or not, this mesmerizing structure is very real, and it's found nestled within the scenic Shengxianju Valley in Zhejiang Province, China. This architectural wonder is not just visually impressive, it's terrifyingly thrilling. Why? Because it's made of glass. Yes, of all the materials that could have been used to build a pedestrian bridge hundreds of feet above a ravine, the designers chose transparent panels that let you see straight down beneath your feet. Suspended 140 meters, or about 460 feet above the ground, the Ruyi Bridge offers panoramic views of colorful hills, lush valleys, and winding rivers far below. But it also tests your courage. As you step onto the curved walkway, your legs may tremble, your heart may race, and your brain might start second-guessing your life choices. For some, it's the ultimate adrenaline rush. For others, it's a challenge to overcome a fear of heights. And for a few, well, let's just say they might appreciate having adult diaper changing rooms at either end of the bridge. But here's the thing. Once you muster the courage to walk across, you're rewarded with a view that's nothing short of magical. The bridge's graceful curves mimic the traditional Ruyi scepter, a Chinese symbol of power and good fortune, and the experience of walking it is both humbling and exhilarating. Getting stuck in an airport usually feels like a travel nightmare, but what if getting stuck turned out to be the highlight of your journey? Welcome to Jewel Changi Airport in Singapore, where delays become opportunities and layovers feel like luxury retreats. This isn't just any airport, it's been crowned world's best airport more than 7 times, and one look around will tell you exactly why. Opened to the public in April 2019, the Jewel is a donut-shaped glass and steel marvel that cost over $1.25 billion to construct. Nestled between Terminal 1 and the control tower, this 5-story subterranean wonder and 5-story above-ground hub is more than just a terminal. It's a world-class lifestyle destination. At the heart of it all, a jaw-dropping rainforest sanctuary and the world's tallest indoor waterfall, known as the Rain Vortex. Standing at 130 feet, this column of cascading rainwater plummets through the center of the dome, sending mist into the air and turning the entire space into a dreamlike escape. Even more mind-blowing, it's powered by actual rainwater, collected and recirculated through the building's core. By day, the vortex offers a tranquil oasis. By night, it transforms into a dazzling 3-dimensional light show, using the falling water as a digital canvas. Add to that the lush gardens, high-end shopping, gourmet dining, and even indoor walking trails, and you've got an airport so mesmerizing you'll wish your flight got cancelled. Say hello to Reynisfjara Beach, Iceland's most hauntingly beautiful and otherworldly black sand beach. Located on the southern coast, not far from the capital city Reykjavik, this stunning stretch of shoreline is unlike any beach you've ever seen. The sand here doesn't come from ordinary erosion, it's lava, cooled and hardened by the frigid Atlantic, then shattered by the relentless surf over centuries. The result? A beach that looks like it belongs on an alien planet. And that's not all. Towering over the shore are the dramatic basalt column formations. Hexagonal stacks of volcanic rock that seem almost too geometrically perfect to be real. Nearby, jagged sea stacks known as Reynisdranger rise from the ocean like ancient stone sentinels shrouded in myth and mist. Oh, and did we mention the beach lies just beneath a sleeping volcano? It's fiery hot, now frozen beneath glaciers, but don't worry, it's dormant. Whether you're a photographer chasing drama or a traveler craving the extraordinary, this black beach will leave you in awe. Not all breathtaking landscapes are defined by golden sands or cascading waterfalls. Sometimes an entire town can encapsulate nature's splendor. Munnar is one such gem. Nestled in the western Ghats of southern India, this serene hill station in Kerala's Idukki district is renowned for its rolling hills, adorned with lush green tea plantations, misty valleys, and a climate that offers a refreshing respite from the tropical heat. The name Munnar translates to three rivers, aptly named for the confluence of the Mudirapuja, Nalathani, and Kundali rivers. This convergence not only enriches the soil but also contributes to the region's unique biodiversity. Munnar stands as the largest tea-growing area in South India, with estates dating back to the British colonial era. Visitors can explore these plantations, witnessing firsthand the meticulous process of tea cultivation and processing. The Cannon Devon Hills Plantation Tea Museum offers an in-depth look into the history and evolution of tea in the region, showcasing antique machinery and providing live demonstrations of tea processing stages. Beyond tea, Munnar is a haven for flora enthusiasts. The region is home to the rare Neelakurinji flower, which blooms once every 12 years, painting the hillsides in hues of blue and purple, a spectacle that attracts visitors from around the world. The Eravikulam National Park, located nearby, is a sanctuary for the endangered Nilgiri tahr and offers panoramic views of the surrounding landscapes. Whether you're a nature lover, a tea aficionado, or someone seeking tranquility, Munnar provides a harmonious blend of natural beauty and cultural richness, making it a must-visit destination in India. As the world's largest salt flat, spanning over 10,000 square kilometers, this vast expanse was formed from the evaporation of prehistoric lakes, leaving behind a thick crust of salt that stretches as far as the eye can see. Located at an elevation of 3,656 meters above sea level, the Salar de Uyuni transforms dramatically with the seasons. During the rainy season, a thin layer of water covers the flats, creating a mirror-like surface that reflects the sky, blurring the lines between earth and heaven. This natural phenomenon has earned it the moniker the world's largest mirror and has made it a sought-after location for photographers and filmmakers alike. Beyond its visual allure, the Salar de Uyuni holds significant economic importance. Beneath its surface lies one of the world's largest reserves of lithium, a vital component in batteries for electronics and electric vehicles. The salt flat contains an estimated 10 billion tons of salt and substantial lithium deposits, making it a focal point for mining activities, such as Isla Incahuasi, an island in the middle of the salt flat covered with giant cacti, and the train cemetery near the town of Uyuni, where rusting locomotives from the early 20th century rest as relics of a bygone era. Whether you're drawn by its ethereal beauty, geological significance, or cultural landmarks, the Salar de Uyuni offers an unforgettable journey into one of Earth's most extraordinary landscapes. There are no actual antelopes at Antelope Canyon. The name, however, comes from the pronghorn antelope that once roamed the area, long before it became one of the most photographed natural formations in the United States. Hidden within Navajo land, just east of the town of Page in northern Arizona, Antelope Canyon is a surreal slot canyon carved by millennia of flash flooding and desert winds. Over thousands of years, these forces sculpted the Navajo sandstone into flowing, wave-like structures that seem almost liquid in form. Sunlight filters through narrow crevices high above, creating stunning light beams that dance across the canyon walls in hues of orange, purple, and gold. This phenomenon is most prominent during midday in the summer months when the sun is directly overhead. Antelope Canyon is divided into two sections: Upper Antelope Canyon, or the Crack, and Lower Antelope Canyon, or the Corkscrew. The Upper Canyon is wider at the base and easier to access, making it a favorite for first-time visitors and photographers seeking the famous light shafts. The Lower Canyon, while narrower and requiring more climbing, offers a more intimate and adventurous experience. The canyon's ethereal beauty has made it a favorite backdrop for films and documentaries, including scenes from Broken Arrow, Samsara, and countless travel and photography series. But what you see in photos can hardly match the overwhelming beauty of being inside it. Due to its fragile nature and the risk of flash flooding, entry is restricted to guided tours led by Navajo guides who also share the cultural and spiritual significance of the land. Antelope Canyon isn't just a geological wonder, it's a sacred site, a reminder of nature's artistry and the powerful elements that sculpt our world. Imagine a river so vibrant and multicolored it looks like a rainbow melted into the water. That's Cano Cristales, a natural marvel that has earned names like the River of Five Colors and the Liquid Rainbow. Hidden deep within Colombia's remote Serranía de la Macarena National Natural Park in the Meta Department, Cano Cristales is one of the most stunning rivers on Earth. and certainly the most colorful. Getting there is an adventure in itself. Travelers must fly into the town of La Macarena, then take a boat up the Guayabero River, ride a 4x4 vehicle through the jungle, and finally hike several kilometers on foot. But the reward? Absolutely unforgettable. What makes Cano Cristales so unique is not algae or paint, but a rare aquatic plant called Macarenia clavigera, which turns a brilliant crimson during certain months, usually from July through November, when the water levels, sunlight and temperature are just right. This plant turns the riverbed bright red, contrasting beautifully with patches of emerald green moss, golden sand, sapphire water and black rocks. The result? A living, flowing canvas of color. The river is filled with natural pools, waterfalls and gentle rapids, each more mesmerizing than the last. But don't plan on fishing here. The river has very little aquatic life as its ecosystem is too delicate. That's part of what makes it so special. It's a visual wonder, not a place for sport or exploitation. Cano Cristales is not just a treat for the eyes. It's a vital ecological zone located at the meeting point of three major ecosystems: the Andes, the Amazon rainforest, and the Orinoco savanna. This convergence has created an area of incredible biodiversity with species found nowhere else on the planet. To preserve its fragile beauty, tourism is regulated. Only a limited number of visitors are allowed per day, and guided eco-tours are mandatory. In recent years, the river has become a symbol of Colombia's emerging eco-tourism industry, representing a country healing from conflict and inviting the world to discover its hidden treasures. Tucked away in the untouched wilderness of Ratigali National Park in Azad, Kashmir, Patlian Lake is a shimmering sapphire among the red-streaked hills and lush alpine meadows. This remote, high-altitude lake is a natural masterpiece that offers serenity beyond imagination, where every breath feels like a sip of the purest air and every step is wrapped in nature's poetry. Often described as one of the most beautiful yet underrated lakes in the Neelam Valley, Patlian Lake sits at an altitude of approximately 3,800 meters or 12,500 feet above sea level. What makes it especially enchanting is the way its turquoise blue waters reflect the surrounding red and green mountains, which burst into color in the summer months thanks to beds of wild red and blue alpine flowers. But reaching this beauty is no walk in the park. It requires determination and a deep love for adventure. The lake is accessible only during the short summer window from late June to early September, as it remains cut off by heavy snow throughout the rest of the year. The journey involves a combination of jeep rides, hiking through dense forests, and crossing glacial streams, but every step is rewarded with breathtaking views of snow-draped peaks, cascading waterfalls, and wide meadows dotted with wildflowers. One unique feature of Patlian Lake is its length. It's among the longest natural alpine lakes in the entire Neelam Valley. In June, you'll find glacial ice still floating on the lake's surface, with daytime temperatures hovering around 10 degrees Celsius, or 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and spring breezes gently rustling the wild grasses. It's a place that truly feels untouched by time. A landscape so peaceful it silences the noise of the outside world. Despite its grandeur, Patlian Lake remains relatively undiscovered by mainstream tourism. But for those who make the journey, it offers an immersive escape into raw, untouched wilderness. Whether you're a hiker, a camper, a nature lover, or a seeker of spiritual silence, Patlian Lake promises an experience that stays etched in memory long after the journey ends. At first glance, the images of Chile's Calbuco volcano erupting look like the backdrop of a sci-fi movie. Clouds glowing with molten red, lightning bolts splitting the ash-filled sky, and fire illuminating the horizon. It's both terrifying and oddly beautiful. In April 2015, the Earth reminded us of its raw, untamable power when Calbuco exploded after 43 years of silence, in one of the most spectacular volcanic eruptions ever captured on film. Located in southern Chile near the town of Puerto Montt, Calbuco is one of the country's most active volcanoes, sitting in the shadow of the Andes mountain range. Its 2015 eruption came with little warning. Within just hours, the volcano erupted violently and dramatically, sending a plume of ash and volcanic gases more than 15 kilometers or over 49,000 feet into the sky. The event lasted for over 90 minutes and was followed by lava flows and pyroclastic activity from the main crater. Thanks to Chile's well-developed emergency protocols, nearly 2,000 people from nearby communities were evacuated in time. Miraculously, no fatalities were reported. The skies turned crimson and orange as ash rained down across the region, covering towns and forests in a silvery veil. The eruption was so intense that it generated its own lightning, a rare phenomenon caused by the friction of ash particles in the atmosphere. Though not a tourist attraction in the conventional sense, the eruption of Calbuco has drawn the attention of geologists, filmmakers, and adventurers alike. Its otherworldly visuals have since been featured in documentaries and science programs, and it remains a stark reminder of nature's ability to awe and destroy in the same breath. Volcanoes like Calbuco are forces of creation and destruction. They forge new landscapes, fertilize the soil, and reshape geography, but they also remind us that we are merely visitors on a restless planet. Perched delicately on the rugged cliffs of Santorini's northern tip, the village of Oia, pronounced Ia, is a vision lifted straight from a postcard. With its iconic whitewashed buildings, blue-domed churches, and narrow cobbled streets overlooking the deep blue Aegean Sea, Oia has become one of the most photographed and beloved destinations in the world. Oia isn't just a town, it's a living canvas painted by the golden brushstrokes of the sun as it dips behind the horizon. Its sunsets are so legendary that people line the rooftops and terraces hours in advance, hoping to witness the moment when sky and sea blur into a fire-lit dream. Few places on Earth can match that view, where the sky turns from amber to violet as the caldera glows below like a cradle of ancient fire. But Oia offers more than just twilight magic. It boasts dramatic views of the volcanic islets of Palia Kameni and Nea Kameni, remnants of Santorini's fiery past, along with the distant silhouette of Theresia Island, once part of the same landmass before a massive volcanic eruption over 3,600 years ago reshaped the entire island into the half-moon caldera we see today. The village is also home to the famous blue-domed monastery of Panaia Platsani, a cultural icon that has come to symbolize the charm of the Cyclades. These structures, simple, sturdy, and stunning, were built with volcanic stones and painted white to reflect the sun's intensity, a practical tradition that became architectural poetry. Though small in size, Uia demands endurance. To reach it from the old port of Amudi Bay, visitors must ascend a staircase of over 300 steep steps, winding their way past donkey caravans, sun-bleached walls, and panoramic views that make every step worthwhile. But it's not just a destination, it's an experience of serenity, heritage, and sublime beauty that has enchanted artists, poets, and travelers for centuries. Yet if there's a place where Earth flirts with perfection, Oia might be it. A tranquil haven carved into ancient cliffs where every sunset feels like the world is pausing just for you. In the heart of the Karakum Desert of Turkmenistan lies a place so surreal it feels like a window into another realm. Officially named the Darvaza gas crater, it is far more famously known as the Door to Hell, a fiery inferno that has been burning non-stop for over 50 years. Roughly 70 meters wide and 20 meters deep, was never meant to exist. In 1971, Soviet geologists set out to drill for oil, but instead struck a vast underground pocket of natural gas, which caused the ground to collapse. Fearing the release of toxic gases into nearby communities, the team ignited the crater, expecting the flames to consume the fuel within a few days, but the gas kept flowing, and it never stopped. For decades, this blazing pit has burned through the dark Turkmen nights, a swirling mass of fire and heat that glows like a living beast. The smell of sulfur hangs in the air, and the heat is so intense it can be felt dozens of feet away. At night, the glow can be seen from miles around, a molten oasis in a sea of desert silence. It wasn't long before it captured the imagination of scientists, adventurers, and thrill-seekers. Despite its notoriety, the Door to Hell remains an unofficial tourist site, a place where few signs or fences separate you from the edge of a burning abyss. And yet every year, curious travelers make the trek, often camping nearby to witness its demonic glow under the desert stars. But for now, the Door to Hell still roars, reminding us that beneath the Earth's crust, a sleeping fire always waits. On the border of Zimbabwe and Zambia, where the mighty Zambezi River plunges into a dramatic gorge, lies one of Earth's most awe-inspiring spectacles, Victoria Falls, known locally as Mosiwa Tunya, the smoke that thunders. At over 1,700 meters wide and 108 meters high, it is neither the tallest nor the widest waterfall in the world. But when you combine those dimensions, Victoria Falls becomes the largest sheet of falling water on the planet. During the rainy season, over 500 million liters of water roar over the cliff edge every minute. The resulting mist rises over 400 meters into the sky, visible from nearly 50 kilometers away, cloaking the surrounding rainforest in a perpetual haze and feeding one of the few rain-dependent ecosystems in the world. And then there's the Devil's Pool, nature's most terrifying infinity pool. It's perched right at the very edge of the waterfall, where daring swimmers can peer over the precipice with nothing but a curtain of water and sheer drop below. It's a thrill like no other, and one that's only possible when the Zambezi's water level drops low enough to expose a natural rock barrier. But Victoria Falls isn't just water and wonder, it's a sacred place to the local tribes. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a place where rainbows shimmer in the mist by day, and by night, under a full moon, a rare lunar rainbow called a moonbow dances across the darkness. This is Africa's answer to Niagara, yet utterly unique in its scale, force, and sacred power. Victoria Falls is not something you simply visit, it's something you feel in your bones, in your chest, in your soul. Imagine a sea of golden yellow stretching to the horizon, framed by ancient karst hills and bathed in sunlight. This is Luoping County in Yunnan Province, China, home to the surreal canola flower fields, a place that turns into a living painting each spring. For most of the year, Luoping is a sleepy agricultural region. But come February through March, the landscape awakens in a burst of yellow as vast fields of rapeseed blossoms, also known as canola flowers, bloom in synchronized brilliance. Farmers grow these crops primarily for oil production, but during the bloom, the fields become a magnet for photographers, tourists, and thousands of bees, a true celebration of life, light, and renewal. What makes Luoping even more magical is the way the geography interacts with the bloom. Jagged limestone peaks rise unexpectedly from the flatland, creating surreal silhouettes against the endless waves of yellow. At sunrise, when the mist hugs the ground and the golden light filters through, the effect is otherworldly. In early spring, Luoping hosts the International Canola Flower Festival, a vibrant cultural event filled with folk performances, food fairs, and traditional costumes. It's a celebration of nature and culture intertwined. This isn't just a place to take photos. It's a place to stand still, breathe in the honeyed air, and watch the world turn golden. Deep in the emerald embrace of the Andes Mountains, shrouded in mystery and mist, lies one of humanity's most astonishing architectural achievements, Machu Picchu, the legendary Incan citadel. Built in the 15th century at an altitude of 2,430 meters, Machu Picchu is believed to have been a royal retreat for the Incan Emperor Pachacuti. Yet, despite its grandeur, it was abandoned mysteriously during the Spanish conquest and remained hidden from the outside world until 1911, when explorer Hiram Bingham rediscovered it, still remarkably intact. Today, the stone terraces, temples, and plazas remain exactly where the Incas placed them, mirroring the surrounding mountain ridges and aligning with the stars. It's an architectural marvel with no mortar, where stones fit so perfectly you can't slip a blade between them. To get there, travelers must climb or hike through the Inca Trail, a path that winds through cloud forests, ancient ruins, and high-altitude mountain passes. Reaching Machu Picchu isn't easy, but the reward is timeless. A silent city perched above the clouds, echoing the past. And now we arrive at one of the most surreal landscapes on Earth. A place where the ocean meets the color red in an otherworldly fusion of biology and beauty. Welcome to the Panjin Red Beach, located in Liaoning Province, China, a place that defies every expectation of what a beach should be. Here, there is no sand. Instead, the shores are covered in a vibrant crimson carpet, stretching as far as the eye can see. But this spectacle isn't painted or artificial. It's the work of a rare plant called Suaeda salsa, also known as seepweed. This salt-tolerant species begins its life a dull green, but come autumn it transforms into a brilliant red, turning the coastal wetlands into a glowing sea of scarlet. Set within the largest reed marsh and wetland in the world, Panjin Red Beach is a haven for wildlife too, home to more than 260 bird species, including endangered cranes and black-beaked gulls. Due to conservation efforts, most of the beach is closed to the public, but a designated area welcomes visitors with wooden walkways and viewing platforms that let you experience the natural phenomenon without disturbing it. And when the sun begins to set over this crimson tide, the sky and sea blend into one surreal canvas of gold and red. It's a reminder that sometimes the most magical places on Earth are the ones that exist completely outside the rules we thought nature followed. In the heart of Myanmar's Mandalay region, where the dry plains stretch to the horizon and the air hums with timeless whispers, lies the ancient city of Old Bargan, a place that feels like a dream, pulled straight from history's deepest vault. Once the glorious capital of the pagan kingdom, Bagan was at its height between the 11th and 13th centuries, during which an astonishing over 4,400 Buddhist temples, pagodas and monasteries were constructed. Today, more than 3,800 of these sacred structures remain scattered like golden dust across the plains, weathered by time but alive with spirit. You can explore the temples on foot, by bicycle or horse cart, weaving through quiet paths where ancient brick towers emerge from sunlit fields. But for the most breathtaking experience, nothing compares to floating above the city in a hot air balloon at sunrise. As the first light spills across the horizon, the temples cast long shadows across the mist, and the world below seems frozen in a sacred silence. This is not just a tourist site, it's a pilgrimage, a journey into a civilization that once fused faith, astronomy and architecture into one of the most mystical landscapes on Earth. Old Bagan is a wonder not just because of its age, but because of its soul. It's a living canvas of devotion, a place where every brick tells a story and every sunrise feels like a blessing from another world. With its snow-capped summit and perfect symmetrical cone, Mount Fuji rises like a silent sentinel above the Japanese countryside. Standing at 3,776 meters, it is Japan's tallest mountain, an active stratovolcano, and a sacred symbol woven into the nation's spiritual and artistic fabric. Fujisan, as it's respectfully called, is more than just a mountain. It's an object of worship, a place where Shinto and Buddhist traditions intertwine. For centuries, pilgrims have made the journey to its summit to pray, meditate, and connect with the divine. Strikingly, Mount Fuji is composed of three separate volcanoes stacked on top of each other: Komitake, Kofuji, and Fuji itself, which last erupted in 1707. While it's been dormant for over 300 years, geologists still monitor it closely. Fuji is not asleep, merely resting. Despite its power, Fuji welcomes climbers from around the world during the official climbing season, only 2 months a year in July and August. It's a grueling trek, but one rewarded with sunrises so sublime they've been named Goraiko, the light of dawn from heaven. The mountain also gazes over 5 lakes, offering picture-perfect reflections of its summit and natural hot springs nearby to soothe weary hikers. It's a masterpiece in every season, blooming with cherry blossoms in spring, crowned with snow in winter and wrapped in fire-hued leaves in autumn. Mount Fuji is not just a mountain, it's a sacred presence, an artistic muse, and a reminder that nature's perfection is not always in wild chaos, but in quiet, powerful symmetry. No sand, no blue waves, just a living sea of red. Which of these wonders called out to you the most? From ancient temples to fiery craters, golden blossoms to scarlet shores, our planet is full of extraordinary places that defy logic and ignite the soul. If you're ready to witness more of the Earth's most awe-inspiring marvels, don't forget to subscribe to Beyond Borders.